I think in a relationship, when it comes to a woman's emotions, like we can be emotional and reactive at times and all of that. And a man needs to have like a good, clear space enough to hold and manage that a little bit, right? I mean, everyone manages their own emotions, but as a man, it's part of like being masculine, I think, is holding space and being able to like make your woman feel safe emotionally.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Good answer. Is it okay to casually date multiple people?
So my psychologist said that it is okay. No, I'm kidding. So I actually never did that. I don't think I ever did that.
You never dated multiple people at once? You definitely
never if I was into never if it was serious dating, like casual, like maybe talking to people, like maybe like talking to a few people almost as friends, but you're kind of interested. That I have, but it's not really common for me. But I think it's actually super healthy. I think it's good to not be attached to one specific person and an outcome. I think it's good to, as long as you're not hooking up, like if it hasn't gotten to that level of like where you kissed them and you kind of just vibing as friends, I think it's okay to talk to multiple people, and that way you know what you like more. It really helps you figure out and get closer to what you're looking for. Because you have a different connection with each guy and also guys with girls, right? Like if you're serious about being married, if you're serious about being in a relationship, it's good to expose yourself to different personalities to see what is good for you ultimately.
I think in the beginning phase, if you want a relationship, it's really actually important to see multiple people in the beginning. And that's
in the beginning.
This is for both men and women, because then you know you really like the person.
Exactly.
If you're saying 4 people and then one of those 4 people ends up becoming your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or I'm going to talk from my personal experience. I want to talk in the I am. That's how I know. Like if I was seeing a few people at once and then I really like this one girl, to me that indicates I really like her and I don't need to have eyes for anyone else. Like, okay, I tested the waters, I tested the market, and I know I got a sample size and I really like I really like who I'm with. And so then it really diminishes the temptation to have eyes elsewhere.
That's so true. And also I feel like when you only are talking to one person, you can't tell like you said if you really like them or not. You only have one person in front of you, like nothing to compare it to. But when you have like multiple different types of personalities in your life that you're connecting with, you know, then you can pick out of those like what resonates more with you, like what type of personality do I connect more with, versus when you have one, it's like, oh, this is like the only option actually, so I'm picking that person because it's the only option. It's even better for the person that is like, let's say that like let's just say I'm talking to like 4 guys and then I choose one of them, right? It's even more flattering to that other person because he knows like, you know, you had a lot of options and you chose him versus like he was the only choice, so you chose him, you know?
You beat out all the competition. So there's something to that to give you confidence and reassurance that, listen, there were other suitors and I was the best one. I was the best bet. She chose me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like guys like it too. Like they like a little bit of, I feel like guys like a little bit of competition. Early on, you can't lie and say that if there was a girl that you're interested in and you knew that like a lot of guys liked her and like you knew, like I feel like you would probably step more forward than like if you were, you know, if you knew she was talking to other guys, I think there's more of a sense of urgency for you to like move forward and closer to her.
No.
You say that, but no. I feel like
see, you might be mistaking the girl's experience with the man's experience, because if he's talking to other people and he chose you out of all of them, I think that can really increase your esteem in the relationship, boost your self-esteem. Now, I would not choose that situation, but if that's the situation, that's what it is, if I really like the girl. But if I know that she's talking to multiple people at once in the beginning, I probably wouldn't pursue it.
But now that you know that that's actually a healthy thing, why wouldn't you pursue it? Wouldn't that be just fair for her, that if you could do that, she should do that, and if you guys both ultimately choose each other, like, that's even more beautiful than like her not having any other options but you.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I
actually,
mean?
I'm contradicting myself because I just said that.
Yeah.
But like, it wouldn't be the ideal. It wouldn't. Be, no, oh no. The thing is,
But you
that's
don't
what-
have strings attached. Like this, it's not. You haven't kissed. You haven't like started holding hands, or like
Yeah.
you're not really like in it yet. So
No.
you can't. There's nothing you
Yeah.
really get jealous or anything about. I mean, you can, but you know what I mean.
my stance is I don't like it, but I think that's how it should be done. Yeah.
Totally agree. I also
Yeah.
wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
But it's healthiest way.
Yeah. Because then, well, yeah. So that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't actively seek it out, but if this is a situation that presents itself, then yeah, I know. Like, okay, I beat out all these other guys. That's good for the ego.
Yeah.
But I don't like it. It's not like, oh, you know what I like? All right, girls who talk to multiple guys at once when I start talking to them. What is a social media turnoff for you?
Okay, so I personally don't like men that are super active on Instagram. I think it's really sexy when a guy doesn't use social media, but it's also kind of nice because you can see what he's up to, and if he's posting, you kind of like are more connected, right? But definitely, like, one of the biggest turnoffs is if they're active all the time, and if they're following way too many girls, like pretty girls, right? I think there should be in their following a good ratio of like boy girl and like some educational like fun content. But if I like go through their following, which women do this, that's the first thing I will do. Although I don't look through guys' Instagrams right off the bat anymore because I like to experience them, you know, without having any type of like judgment towards them. But if I were to go on their Instagram, go on their following, and they're following like tons of girls,
Yeah.
I'd probably pull back a little bit. Like that's a turn off. And but if I see like, okay, there's friends, you could tell like those are his friends and it's a good ratio, green flag.
Yeah. I like that.
What about you?
Turn off on social media.
Yeah.
If she's all over the place, if she went to a lot of different places, like, you know, the highlights, and she's in Mykonos, Santorini, like St. Bart's, San Tropez, Miami,
Yeah.
because it's like, were you there with somebody else?
Yeah, like
most likely.
who's paying for those trips?
Yeah, who's paying for those trips? So,
Or if she's on a boat,
yeah,
on a
she's on a
yacht,
boat. Yeah, actually,
red flag.
But
she's on a boat.